I'm Steve, and this is Fran. We're going to talk about the different kinds of ice makers that you can get in your kitchen, some of the things you should consider, like pumps and everything else. And when I think of ice makers, I think of myself as a grumpy old man. You know, when I started in the appliance business, we had crescent-shaped cubes, coming out of one particular ice maker, and you were really happy to have ice, and you were grateful. But now it's just not enough.
I will definitely say, when I started in the appliance industry, never realized how particular people could be about the different kinds of ice that there is. So
why not, right?
So we're going to talk about the built-in ice makers here today, and one kind of different one as well. A little
not just built-ins, because you can get, even in refrigerators, you can get a couple different kinds too.
Absolutely.
So we're going to know this as well.
Absolutely. So when you're talking about maybe the built-in ones first, one of the things to look at too is there's a few different installation types, pump versus non-pump. We always recommend going with a pumped model as opposed to kind of a gravity drain, just really for the sheer amount of service issues. That's definitely something that you want to ask about for the ice maker that you're looking for.
Yeah, pumps the water to the drain, water doesn't stagnate and cause a problem. The other thing about ice makers, stop here because you've got to clean the ice makers one or two times a year. It's a problem to clean the scaling off the ice maker. So if you're not prepared to do that, I'm sure there's another video that we have for you. But that's one thing that you should know before you buy an ice maker.
So let's talk about some of the brands. Let's talk about True and True Ice Makers.
Well, True's got first of all, it's the fanciest ice maker you can buy. How many different lights do you have?
Oh yeah, they have all the, it's like 5 different color lights that you can have inside between blue, green, red, regular, white.
What's the poundage? Was it 50?
75 pounds a day.
75 pounds of ice a day.
Yep.
That's a lot of ice.
It is.
Most of them are like either 50 or even 35 or 20 even. They make the barrel-shaped clear cubes. Clear ice, it filters the impurities that many of the better ice makers will have. Sub-Zero, True. What are some of the other ones?
Like a top hat style.
Yeah, top hat style ice maker. But I like to, again, 75 pounds of ice. What you gotta like about True is they have experience in making refrigeration and freezers because they do it for Whole Foods, Wegmans, and every other supermarket in the country. Great product on the expensive side as well.
3-year parts and labor warranty, which is nice. One thing I really like with the True too is a lot of times if you're not always really maybe going in and out of it a lot and that ice can kind of pile up, True actually uses a laser that kind of sets that level as well. So you kind of have a little bit less that might spill or leak a little bit. So some little things that they definitely do there. Another really popular one, Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero is another clear ice machine. What shape is there?
Top hat style.
Top hat style still. Top hat, great brand, great company, great family owned, Wisconsin. Everyone knows Sub-Zero. Good ice maker, available with a pump. You can get that, is it outside and inside?
So they do make an outdoor version,
Yeah,
and that's a good point on True. The True
True makes it inside and outside as well.
Exactly. Now the next one that's popular, and really because of the style of ice, is and Scotsman makes a few different options there for sure, but their most popular is definitely the Nugget ice maker that they make, or the chewable ice.
It's funny. I mean, when Sonic opened in Saugus, Mass, there was like a line down Route 1, and Sonic popularized that chewable ice, the small chewable Nugget ice, and Scotsman has that. And that's what you buy with the Scotsman Ice Makers, basically chewable Sonic ice. Although there is another thing you can do. If you want that chewable Sonic ice, if there's not a Sonic near you, you get that GE countertop, right?
Yeah,
GE countertop, we have that in our stores, where it makes it's a portable, you plug it in and it makes chewable ice for you, right on the countertop.
Fill up a little tank.
Fill up a little tank of water and you get chewable Sonic ice.
And that will hold, it holds about, for a little machine, it holds about 3 pounds of ice, and it will continuously make, I think it's like 28 pounds of ice in a 24-hour period. So it will go through it. Certainly not the same as maybe some of these other larger units, but way less expensive, obviously, and much easier to install too.
Yeah. So Marvell Uline are ones we don't sell. Those are Middleby products. You can get in clear. You get them in combinations with refrigerators and ice makers. Kind of basic. You get them regular cloud. They've got the small ones, the drain ones, they probably have the most.
Definitely. And there's a lot of brands that'll make them, between the manufacturer brands and, GE and Monogram actually now have come out with a Nugget ice and a kind of standard clear ice machine too. So a lot of options out there.
And now you can go into refrigerators. LG has the craft ice, which is the larger balls that you plunk into cocktails and fine liquors, so it doesn't dissolve as fast. Thermador's got their diamond ice and their 42 and 48 inch. 36, 42, and 48 inch, right?
Yep.
So those are slower dissolving as well. So you get two different styles of cubes there. I think Samsung has got a new ice cube coming out as well.
And like you said, right in that same fridge, you got multiple styles.
You got multiple styles. You get in the Thermador and the SKS, you get two ice. You get the cola and juice ice. You put ice in your juice?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, now you can.
No, I will.
So I don't know why. Does my kid put her? We don't let her have
the craft
juice.
ice. I will say though, my parents a couple years ago got one of the LGs with the craft ice, and so down in their pool area, and they were amazed by it, and so every time there's a pool party, summer party going on, they're always bringing out the big craft ice.
But you can only get like 3 cubes for every 24 hours.
Exactly. Yeah.
So only 3 cubes, so somebody's missing out.
I'll say that's how you know who they really like. Whoever's getting the craft ice. So.
So you're getting the regular ice.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's basics on Ice Maker. If you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.
Thanks.